You know what?
Yes. I know. No need to proceed with the story. I'm fully aware. I know. No need. I know.
You don't know.
I know what.
You don't know.
Then why you ask?
Can I tell you?
Something else? Please go ahead. Not the first thing, that I have full knowledge of. Tell something new.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Thursday, March 20th, 2025. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Melas.
Happy Mulch Madness, everybody.
Next to him, it's the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, Trey Kerby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen while sitting down today, super producer JD.
Give my legs a rest, a little break, you know?
You got 2 shows today.
2 shows and 2 hours of pickleball after this, so yeah.
Jeez. Glad you're
rest
sitting.
up.
Yeah. Shout out to the stream team joining us live. Hit the like button, subscribe. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. You know where you can sit? At our live show. What a way to sell a live show, eh?
We got chairs.
Come and sit and watch us talk hoops next Thursday, a week from today at the 7 Stages Theater in Atlanta, March 27th, 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. There will be pizza. People keep asking me, you guys are kidding about that, right?
No.
Oh, God, no. There's going to be so much pizza and a whole bunch of Tabasco as well. So get your tickets. That link is in the show notes here on YouTube and wherever you're downloading and listening to podcasts. Hope to see you out there if you're in the Atlanta area. I'm thinking there's some people maybe even waiting still to buy tickets because maybe some of their teams are going to be playing here in Atlanta come the second weekend of March Madness. Then you come to the city, you come see a live show, you eat some pizza with some Tabasco sauce on it.
Yeah,
What a plan. But on today's pod, we are going to, I guess, fill out the perfect bracket. We're going to be the first people to ever do it. We're going to go through the entire thing. We'll show you on the screen here, make our picks. 3 people that know very little about college basketball, but we'll do that later. But let's start by talking a little bit about last night's NBA games by drafting last night's best. We'll just do one round. TK, we're giving you the number 1 pick. You're the number 1 seed here.
Wow.
In this segment, Tass is the number 2 seed. I'm a 3 seed. But which game do you want to draft from last night?
Surprisingly great night of NBA basketball last night. And I got to be honest, I was a little skeptical when ESPN flexed Pistons Heat to be their marquee game on a Wednesday night. Watching the Pistons, very fun. But you also have to watch the Miami Heat. That's the problem, but I should have known. There's nothing more reliable than the Heat blowing a fourth quarter lead, which is what happened in this one. Of course, 8-point lead with 9 minutes left for Miami. They led all the way until 2.5 minutes left when Jalen Duren really took over on the glass. He got an offensive rebound putback dunk, which put Detroit up 1 with 2.5 minutes left. Hero goes down and scores for Miami on the other side. They're up 1. Next Detroit possession, another Jalen Duren offensive rebound. That's the one he kicks to Cade at the top of the key for a 3, puts Detroit up 2. Hero makes a couple of free throws to tie things up with 5 seconds left. Brings us to the Cade ISO at the top of the key. The bank job over Bam. He said afterwards, I may have whispered it, but he definitely celebrated like he meant to bank it in. Pretty awesome shot for Cade. Great game for him. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. I actually didn't think he was playing all that great in the fourth quarter, but he hit 2 massive threes in a big spot. So shout out to them and shout out to the Pistons pulling this off on national TV. I really thought Jalen Duren was the key to the game, though. 15 points, 11 boards, 5 offensive, and he saved those 2 possessions that ended up being the 2 game-winning possessions for Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at the Pistons, man. They're tied with the Bucks now in the 5th, 6th spot. Milwaukee still ahead of them in terms of the tiebreaker, but only a game back of the Pacers as well, who are now in the 4th spot, and we'll get to that game, I'm sure, later in the show. But man, that's amazing. Detroit could have home court advantage. Like, that's in play here in the first round.
That's what March Madness is all about. Watching these games that are flexed onto the national schedule. They did well, obviously, to see this ending of this game, which was created by Jalen Duren, no doubt. Those were huge rebounds by a huge man. He is the one body that I've got to see up close and personal this year. So we're going to go from watching those monstrous shoulders.
One body.
Yeah, the one NBA body that is I've seen really close up and personal. We're going to go see. I'm going to go from watching that body to watching a lot of boys play this March here. I mean,
Dear Lord, you're making it worse.
Yeah, why? It's not worse. It's literally what happened. That guy is a monster.
He has a man's body.
Yeah, he is huge, and that's why he gets those offensive boards. It is interesting when JB Bickerstaff says offense to defense, and he says, you're out. Isaiah Stewart, you're in. It is a perfect coaching, what that guy is able to do in fourth quarters. Because, yeah, those were the rebounds that seal the game. Obviously, Cade banking home that three was obviously very key. And then being asked afterwards, hey, did you call that? Well, I whispered it. Very, very funny answer. Class.
Do you think it's more, I guess, for the lack of a better word, embarrassing to bank home a three-point shot when you're up top or on the side, on the wing?
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Devin Booker banked one in on the wing
Yeah.
last night. He said he didn't mean to do it. I think it's better to bank it in from the top.
So
of the
do
key
I.
because it means it's straight.
It's more of a chance.
Yeah.
From the top.
Yeah. And let's make it
If
very
you bank
clear.
it in from the wing, you missed it 2 feet to the right.
You missed it by a lot.
That's a great point.
But it works perfectly.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, good. I'm glad we broke that down. Because I also never believe, and nor should you believe, anyone that ever says they meant to bank home a three.
Yeah.
I don't. No, you don't. Especially a professional basketball player. They're not meaning to do that.
No.
They're not.
I will give exceptions to Kyrie Irving and Anthony Edwards. They were doing it last year. They were intentionally banking in threes. And those guys are trick shot artists.
Okay.
Nobody does it with 5 seconds left from the top of the key.
No.
It's more believable if a guy is taking like a half court shot where he is just putting as much
I don't
juice on it as possible.
Those. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
I mean, an actual three in rhythm at the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
You're
one
not
calls
meaning
those.
to. But hell of a shot. I just
And good
checked.
celebration, man. He's showing Detroit. He's like, this is the team that we are.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's awesome.
Well, I just went to check. I was like, Cade Cunningham going to crack the Basketball Reference MVP top 10? He's having an incredible season. They're obviously winning a ton of games here. He hasn't. He's not there, but all NBA's got to be in play for this guy as one of those selections. As one of the, well, I was going to say one of the guards, but it's really just top 15 guys. He's been amazing. He's just awesome. And it's cool to see them continue to win and the Heat keep losing here.
Yeah, it is hilarious. The 12th fourth quarter blown lead for the Miami Heat. That's a lot to be able to do in one season. On the other side, Cade Cunningham, showing the Detroit on his chest. He may become the most triple-double guy for the Pistons in one season. Do you know who the guy who holds it is?
Well, I would assume Grant Hill?
Yeah, Grant at 10. So, Cade, that was number 9.
That was 9.
Getting super
Wow.
close.
Okay, he
to
could
doing
do it.
Yeah.
All right, so the Pistons on national television coming back to beat the Heat goes number 1 in our draft of last night's best games. You have the number 2 pick here.
I'm going with the Mavericks-Pacers game at number 2 because, I mean, the Mavs' tragedy of a season, it's never been written like this in NBA history, I don't think. This was, for me, watching the Pacers get up to a 16-point lead. I thought, okay, Indiana's just putting the nail in the coffin here. They're just going to kill it. It was double digits going into half. But in the third quarter, this Mavs team didn't die. It was amazing watching hot Spencer Dinwiddie. Sometimes you get one of those, 10 points in the third quarter. And then in the fourth, Najee Marshall turned it on, getting into guys' bodies. He had 9 in the fourth quarter. And then P.J. Washington, after last game where he said, we're sick and tired of hearing all the fans say, fire Nico. We're tired of that. That guy turned it on. He had a huge fourth quarter, 11 points for him. And he had a team leading 26 points, back-to-back 20-point games for him since coming back from injury. So a little storyline here for the Mavs. That's what I started to write. I was watching this game. I said, okay, this Mavs team literally coming alive here. They're not dead. They're up 11 with 6 minutes left. Here come the Pacers. Mm-hmm. Mostly Benedict Mathurin. He hit not just one, not just two, but 3 bankers. Over and over, or drives, I should call them, because they're all drives. Then he hit a banker over top of Najee Marshall. So monstrous shots in the last 6 minutes, over and over and over. 3 drives, and then that banker. 16 in the fourth quarter for Ben Mathurin. Still, the Pacers with 26 seconds left. They're down 3. Andrew Nembhard misses his first free throw. It looks like, oh gosh, this isn't good. You're going to lose the game. Then he hits the second one. So they're down 2. The Mavs inbound to Max Christie, who kind of puts it over his head a little bit, and Pascal Siakam comes out of nowhere to steal the thing. And then it's Ben Mathurin with this drive where he's falling down. It looks like he's just going to collapse. He passes out to Siakam, who kicks it to Andrew Nembhard for the 3 to put him up 1. I mean, that is it. That's the nail in the coffin for this game. It was a great game. Great
place
story.
Went nuts.
Yeah.
The place popped on that play. Yeah, that felt like March Madness.
Yeah.
Just pure pandemonium there, where it's like, what are you guys doing for the one team and the other team? Big steal, saving it a couple times, not rushing it and getting a better shot. I thought that pass from Siakam to Nembhard was like, he could have rushed it. He could have taken it after all the craziness, but Andrew Nembhard stepped into it. He had a pretty good game himself.
Yeah, and Nembhard to go from missing a free throw to stepping out and banging home a three. It's just written so well to crush these 8 healthy Mavs that dressed for this game. You've got Anthony Davis playing in the G League to get back with this team. So they've got some storylines, and all of a sudden they're now in 11th. They're technically tied for 10th in the play-in rankings there, or the play-in seeding, I should say, but they don't have the tiebreaker against the Phoenix Suns after they
The
win.
Suns finally did it. They finally got to 10.
It's not over, though.
No, it's
as
not.
much as I like to write the story here that this was the nail in the coffin for the Mavs, it actually technically isn't, because the Suns have a ridiculously tough schedule. And the Mavs may get Anthony Davis back, but man, this was a serious heartbreaker. Real heartbreaker.
Well, nobody got hurt for the Mavs in this one, right?
That's
good. But it seemed like they were going to win the game. PJ Washington had the drive and big-time dunk. Spencer Dinwiddie hit a 3 with a guy all over him, and then Max Christie grifted 3 free throws, made all 3 of them. Those are all like huge momentum plays on the road, and it was a Mavericks comeback while that was happening. So the fact that the Pacers were able to come back from 7 points down with 1 minute left, that's crazy, man. They made 9 free throws in the last minute, and it was just Mathurin putting his head down and driving to the rim. They couldn't stay in front of him, and then they just fouled him over and over. He made 4 free throws, and then, like you're saying, he completely collapsed the defense on the Nembhard 3. Nice pass by Siakam to get it over there as well. But Pacers have had some crazy wins here. They beat the Bucks on the Halliburton 3 from the corner, the 4-point play.
Yep.
They beat the Timberwolves thanks to Obi Toppin banking in a 3 from the top of the key and then hitting one from the corner.
Yep.
And then this one with Nembhard knocking it down after the Siakam steal. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, not good for our Pacers under pick.
Not
as well.
good, no.
Last Drop podcast, remember we went through all of our picks in the preseason for the over-unders for the Eastern Conference teams, and I pointed out that the Pacers, the line was 46.5. We all took the under. We were all saying it'll be right there. They'll probably, we were thinking they'd be a 44, 45 win team, maybe even 46 win team. That wouldn't hit the over. They were 36-28 when we talked about them last Friday, and that was 18 games left to win 11 to hit the over and screw us. And since then they've gone 3-1, so they're 39-29 now. So they're feeling pretty good about hitting the over probably now after that week. All those miraculous wins. I mean, those could have all been losses
Easily.
And then we've been like, all right, we cashed that one, but it's not looking pretty good for the 3 of us of them hitting the under. But man, that's oddly has turned into a fun race that I'm like into, the 4, 5, 6 here between obviously the Pacers, the Bucks, and then the Pistons. Fighting to see who will play each other, fighting to see who will have home court advantage. I don't know, sort of exciting.
I think you even throw the Knicks into the mix there because that's kind of like the second tier. Obviously, Cavs and Celtics up top. Cavs 3-game losing streak right now. Watch out. But the 3, 4, 5, 6, like those are all kind of even teams. And I think right now you would say the Pistons are playing the best. The Pacers are getting the luckiest. And then the Knicks and Bucks, it's not looking good for either of these teams right now, I don't think.
Yeah. All right, well, I have the third and final pick here because we're just doing one round from last night's games. Lots still on the board. Some you just mentioned. The Kings handed the Cavs their 3rd straight loss.
Won't win 70 games. It's official. Cavs will not win 70 games.
Right.
And they lost the 1 seed.
Yeah, I was going to say overall Thunder won last night. Remember, we were concerned about the Thunder resting guys. It's okay. They destroyed the Sixers. Luka went for 21 points in the first quarter in the Lakers' big win over the Nuggets, but no Jokic. No Jamal Murray. So the Nuggets were a depleted team, but Lakers got a win. And then Booker scored 41 to lead the Suns over the Bulls to jump into the 10th seed. I love that they were playing the Chicago Bulls to finally get into the 10th seed again in that tiebreaker right now. But I'm not taking those. Give me Mamu, baby. I'm taking Mamu in a Spurs victory over the Knicks. Sandro Mamukelashvili scored a career-high 34 points on 13 of 14 shooting in 19 minutes to become the first player in NBA history to score that many points while playing less than 20 minutes in that win over the Knicks. Mamu had 13 points, 7 boards, and an assist in 8 minutes in the first half. San Antonio was up huge. They were up like 28. And then Mamu came back in the fourth quarter. Didn't even play, really, in the third. Came back in the fourth, had 21 points because he was banging home threes. And they got the victory. And he is now the fourth player in NBA history to score 30-plus points in fewer than 20 minutes played, joining Jaylen Brown, who had 33, Kevin Love, who had 32, and Kevin Durant, who had 30. And now Mamu is on that list. Interesting side note, this is just sort of wild from Statitudes. Mamu's previous career high was 28 points when he was with the Bucks, and it came against the Cavaliers on April 10th, 2022. The same game in which Kevin Love scored 32 points and grabbed 10 boards in 15 minutes. That's just odd. This is really weird.
Weird, man.
Yeah, but and to make this even weirder, Mamu is celebrating with Flavor Flav, who's like his best buddy.
They were buddies before the game started, huh?
Oh yeah,
That's so weird to me.
Apparently, Flavor Flav went and watched like a summer league game in like 2021. Like they've known each other for a very long time. I don't know, maybe through a financial planner or something like that.
What?
Anyway, he's there, Flavor Flav, so he's celebrating with them. And then even after the game, reports where Mamu was like walking back and forth in front of his locker. He's like half dressed, going, basically muttering to himself, "I don't know what effing happened. I don't know what effing happened." Like he basically blacked out in this game because he's just like caught fire and hit a ton of threes.
He definitely blacked out because he didn't know that he missed a shot. He thought when he went and did his post game, he was asked, "Did you know that you were 13 for 14 out there?" He's like, "What? I missed? I thought I was perfect. Are you kidding me?" But yeah, Flava Flav joining him on the floor for whatever reason, just throws his arm around him and he gets the mic, says, "I don't care what they say. My man is on fire." That's true, he was.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Everybody, just a yeah, boy.
He just celebrated his birthday, Flavor Flav. And then
How old is he? 100?
yeah, I know. And then he apparently
old,
asked Mamu, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna come to the game. I'm coming to San Antonio." And like Mamu was like, "Don't come to San Antonio for your birthday." Like it's gonna be pretty boring.
Yeah.
But then he went to this game and like, wow. Like all this is insane, man.
It's like a Make-A-Wish for Flavor Flav. What? It looked like Mamu was a new guy to pick up run, and the Knicks had no idea how to guard
A
it
little
because
bit.
it was the same thing the entire night. They ran a pick and pop for him. He hit the first three, so then the Knicks were like, "Oh man, we got to close out." So he just pump fakes. Achua's at half court. Carl Anthony Towns was at 3/4 court. Easy layups. So they're like, "Oh man, we got to play him for the drive." He's just draining threes over and over again. Pick and pop. It was like Peril Antich versus Roy Hibbert. You're like, you can't stop Peril Antich? How are you going to be able to play against the really good stretch bigs? And that's where I'm like, Knicks. What if that's Kristaps Porzingis?
Yeah, great point. Yeah, you're gonna see something similar to Mamu.
Yeah,
maybe.
man. If Mamu's getting 34 in 19 minutes, unsustainable shooting, but wide open looks. Completely open looks. They had no idea how to guard this guy.
Who would be there for Porzingis? The House of Pain guys?
Yeah, he seems to like
Murphy?
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. A little trivia question off of Mamu. He's the third Spurs player to ever knock down 7 of 7 or better on three-pointers in a game. Can you name the other two?
Sean Elliott?
No, that's a good guess.
Danny Green?
No, these are great guesses.
Patty Mills?
No, also a good guess.
Bruce Bowen. Bruce Bowen.
Matt Bonner have a
Matt
game?
Bonner, the Red Rocket
Nice
himself
one.
in 2010, and then one more. You were, you know him. We all know him. Colleague.
Brent Barry?
Not that one.
Avery Johnson?
San Antonio Spur that we know.
Yeah.
Robert Ory?
No.
Does he have a great body? Then I might
No,
know.
I would say this guy did not have a great body.
Dennis Scott?
No, better body than Dennis Scott.
Steve Smith? You don't think of him as a Spur?
No, he didn't.
He doesn't have a great body?
I mean, he's not ripped.
No, he's not.
Well, I'm not the body doctor like you are. Checking out
he's
the
doing
men
well.
and the boys.
I just saw him on NBA TV. I thought
I didn't say
he looks
I'm not
exactly
talking
the
about
same
his
guy.
body now.
He's maintained.
Yeah.
He has maintained.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
body,
think of
yeah.
Steve Smith as like
No, he's not
super
ripped.
athlete when he played. Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
the
yeah.
Body Smith, they call him.
just saw him on TV. I thought, well, he looks like he could still play.
He does.
That I
He does,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
That I
He
believe.
probably could.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what a game.
Mamu should be what Lil Jon just does. I mean, Flava Flav, not Lil Jon, and Lil Jon. But
why not?
Mamu. It's just fun to say.
What a game. What a game. So anyway, that's us drafting last night's best
Hey,
games.
man, you didn't mention the huge news.
The Celtics.
Jazz beat the Wizards last night.
Oh,
Snapped a 10-game win streak or losing streak.
yeah, in the Nut Dust Bowl
That's
standings,
huge.
that is big
That's
because
big
those
time.
were your two teams.
Yeah, and
going
I
against
started jarring up my dust yesterday. I finished a bag of sweet Cajun mix and just dumped the rest into the Bon My Man. Labeled it nut dust. Said, Laura, don't throw this away.
Yeah.
I gotta save up. She's like, why are you doing this?
You just reminded me. I was taking down some honey roasted almonds last night, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of powder.
Bring it in.
A lot of dust. I'll bring it in. I'm nearly done it. But that was a big game between your two teams because you
Huge,
obviously have the
man.
Wizards now. You have the Jazz, and
Yeah.
my Pelicans also won too. I'm good. I'm clear.
I'm not sure who I have. I mean, I initially said Charlotte. That
Yeah,
was
but
my
then you took
team.
the Wizards.
Well, at some point, yeah. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. One of you two will be taking out a shot glass of nut dust. All right. Reason why we're here today, though, is because the men's NCAA tournament begins in just a few hours. Yeah.
We got what, 2 hours maybe?
Less than 2 hours
All right.
before they're tipping, which means two things. Some people believe that this is the best part of the sports calendar, this first weekend, with so many games on Thursday through Sunday, so maybe you feel that way. And we need to fill out our annual No Dunks bracket, and we need to do it right now, I guess in a little bit of a hurry here. So here it is on screen for everybody on YouTube. We'll try and move with some pace here as we break down every matchup.
Yeah,
2K,
we're
where are we
gonna go
starting?
into X's and O's for all of these.
Yeah.
If you want to find our bracket, you can search for the No Dunks pool. We'll put a link up as well, and ours is called Trey Kerby too. I don't know how to change the name. I was looking for so long today, but it's called Trey Kerby too. But it's us because it has a No Dunks logo. Let's
And
pick
we
some
do
games
have
here.
a No Dunks pool going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
That
yeah.
link is in the show notes if you want to quickly get your team in that.
That's
Have a
right.
Crack at it.
All right, let's start in the South
I have to put my
region.
glasses on here to read this. All right.
All right, glasses guy.
I know, I can't see
Auburn and Alabama State. It's a 1 versus 16 matchup. A 16 seed has beat a 1 seed.
Yeah, it did happen.
It's happened.
Yeah.
So we can't say it hasn't happened, but I'm happy to go with Auburn
Yeah,
here.
me too.
They've been a top team for the entire year, and then I hit a little bit of a snag, I think, in the SEC tournament, but look, still a 1 seed. Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl.
Bruce
yeah.
Pearl.
Wow, we used to
Yeah.
work with his daughter.
Former colleague. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Everybody's a former
Her,
colleague.
Dennis Scott, and Steve Smith.
Definitely taking Auburn. They could be playing here for the round of 16 and round of 8 here in Atlanta.
Oh,
so
yeah, right.
and I've got a little soft spot for Auburn. I know a professor there, so I'm definitely taking them. Although they kind of got a little cold in their eyes, where they lost a couple games late.
3 or 4, I
Yeah.
think they lost late, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
But
including one of the SEC tournament. Yeah, but
they're not losing to the 16 seed. We watched that too. I watched them play that Alabama State. That was the Hail Mary.
Yes,
game
it was.
against St. Francis.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to be outclassed here.
Yep, and they already had a great March moment.
Exactly.
Great March
Exactly.
moment.
They're in the dance, man.
Yep.
All right.
Louisville versus Creighton. Oh, it's a bird battle.
Oh, we got a bird battle.
Yeah, straight up bird battle.
So that's we got what, Blue Jays versus just
Cardinals?
Cardinals?
Yeah.
Those are classic birds.
Yeah, those are two of the top birds out there.
But I'm a Toronto Blue Jays
I
fan.
clicked into this as if it was going to have bird factoids. Like, look at the Northern Cardinal, very
Why does it
common
say
around here.
BIGE? Maybe it's a Bij. I mean, it's Big East, but
Big
Bij.
East.
Maybe-
I think they do have a biggie, though. Look at right there. Ryan Kalkbrenner. There's a big old 7-footer.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy.
gonna
That's a big
defend the
bird.
rim.
Big bird.
Big bird.
Yeah.
Interesting. I saw the Cardinals play over the weekend. They were, what are they in the ACC? They were playing against Duke? Yeah. They look pretty nice against
Did
Duke.
they? Oh,
Yeah.
see, okay. So I was leaning because I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan. I was leaning Creighton. But Tass, you get to be the deciding vote here.
Well, yeah, I'm a Baylor Shireman fan. He played there, so
Yep.
I'm taking Creighton.
All right. Bluebirds. Come
Okay.
on through.
All right.
Excellent.
Doug McDermott.
Doug, yeah.
I think.
His dad is no longer the coach there. He
Oh.
was the coach. I don't know if he is. Don't know about their coach, just know about their bird. The 5-12 matchup. A lot of upsets in the 5-12. This one is a
Of
kind of
course.
popular upset from what I can gather.
Yeah.
The University of Michigan Wolverines, who struggled the second half of the season, got hot in the Big Ten tournament versus the UC San Diego Tritons?
Trojans?
I don't know what that thing is.
What is that?
It's a pitchfork. That's a pitchfork of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, this is interesting. You are a Wolverines fan.
Yeah.
So don't we have to pick them?
Well, I would pick them just because I like them. And they have a guy named Trey on their team, so I do like that, of course.
And they got the Wolfman.
they got the Wolfman, yeah. They got 2 7-footers. That does seem helpful.
I think Wolf's going to cook in this game.
All right.
You're right. It's a popular 5-12,
It
like
is.
part of the bracket to pick an upset, and I'm sure we'll get a couple in there, but not this one, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's according to Slingshot. These math professors, they do the math to see how closely each team fits the statistical profile of past Davids or Goliaths. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a 37.7 chance of an upset, so that's pretty high.
That is pretty high.
But yeah, we'll ride with Michigan.
Okay.
You know,
Wow, it's called Slingshot?
it's called
That's
Slingshot.
a perfect name.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
really, really
I'm not
good.
a fan of
I didn't even get it at
Pitchfork.
first.
though.
Yeah. All right, Texas A&M, the Aggies versus the Yale Bears, the Brainiacs.
There are some parts of a bracket where I see the two teams' names and I just have no idea where to go. Like,
Yeah.
this is a perfect example. I'm like, I don't know.
Texas A&M football
Because
school.
you have no
Yale,
reason
smart
for each
school.
one? Is
Yeah,
that why?
like I think some like universities, whatever. Maybe I relate it to an NBA player. Maybe I have seen them play. Maybe I have I know of them even. Like it's
Okay.
like these two. I'm like I got nothing besides
nothing.
obviously knowing Yale. Is
You want some stats
obviously-
that don't mean
Yeah,
anything?
give me some
to you?
stats.
You know
Well,
some
look at that.
people
Well, I
that
want to
way.
know the older team. I wish it told us that.
Same. That whoever's oldest is who you want. So the second thing I look at is 3-point percentage. Look at that, pretty nice from Yale.
Okay,
38.8%.
Yeah, we're going Yale then.
You gotta get hot to pull an upset in March Madness. Am I right?
Yeah, you absolutely do. The three ball is everything in the
Three
college
balls,
game.
everything would also be like an interesting revenge game in round 2. The Wolfman versus his former Ivy League compatriots.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Yale upset.
Yale. That's our first upset.
Okay.
Well, sort of. I mean, 8-9 it counts, I guess. Ole Miss versus North Carolina is our next matchup. North Carolina got in on the strength of a first 4 victory. They completely destroyed whoever they were playing.
Yeah, they did. I saw John Hollinger, who knows a lot about this stuff. He said something like one of those like bubble teams or first 4 teams or the team that everybody craps on and said, you shouldn't be there, you shouldn't be there. They generally always make the second weekend.
And that was UNC.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm actually pro North Carolina here.
The Heels.
Yeah, they're a great team.
Oh, yeah.
Great team. Yeah, we all know about them.
What's
Michael
that
Jordan.
one? R.J. Davis, was that his name? That guy.
Hubert Davis.
No. Yeah, he's the coach.
I think both. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think R.J. Davis is the
Yeah, he was the guy that was
player.
on fire.
Is he related to Hubert Davis? Doubtful.
I don't think so. So.
But he's averaging 17 a game. We
Yeah,
love
he
that.
was
We
good.
love that, don't we?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We're taking them.
Iowa State, the Cyclones versus the Lipscomb L's. You know,
Wow.
That's a tough mascot.
That's a tough mascot. We're the L's.
for a straight up
Sorry.
college basketball team. Look at it. Look at our record against the top 25. Or 0-2.
Oh,
Our strength of
Jesus.
schedule 258, and our mascot, our logo is a straight up L.
This
Hard
is-
to pick this team.
This is a straight beatdown.
You think it's a blowout, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at all those points per game that
It's Iowa State.
Iowa's averaging.
It's Iowa State by whatever the line is. I'm taking
35%
it.
from 3. That's not bad. Curtis Jones versus Jacob Onyasevich.
Wow. It's a cool name.
Yep. All right.
20 points per game. He's a scorer, but no, let's go. I'm Cyclones at least.
What's the slingshot saying?
I don't think
can't
it,
do
Toss a pebble like Goliath's head?
I don't think it's even in there.
Uh-oh.
So it doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't. You see, the users select only 8% of users are picking the L's. So
The L's.
go with the W's.
Yeah.
All right. The Marquette. I believe they're the Golden Eagles.
Yep.
New Mexico Lobos.
Yep. Nice.
Cool. I like that as a logo. As a mascot.
I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Marquette, and I don't really know why.
Dwayne Wade, great player there. Jimmy Butler, Jay
Wesley
Crowder,
Matthews, of
Cam
course.
Jones, I believe, is their
Wesley-
star right now.
Wesley Matthews.
Wesley Matthews. Yeah, look at this. Cam Jones, 20 points per game almost.
I think
there
I
a
like
long
their.
time.
I think I like their colors. Just like their name, Marquette.
All right.
So I'm Team Marquette.
Send them through.
Oof, I don't know.
No? Okay.
I'm big on
Hey.
the Rebecca Lobos.
Oh.
No, I'm
Lobos.
fine. I'm fine taking Marquette.
Okay.
I'm taking. Let me see if it's on the rankings here.
Yeah, anything that's like a 40% chance
Yeah.
upset, I'm kind of in.
All right.
40% chance to me is like 90% guarantee.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
No, it's not
Math.
even. It's not even on here. It's not one of the
Okay.
top 10.
Good. I mean, it's a 7-10 matchup. It's not really even. You're not going to get too much David versus Goliath type stuff in that one, right? Okay.
Michigan State Spartans versus Bryant.
Bryant.
Just a guy named Bryant.
Thomas
Bryant Bears? That looks like a bear.
Yeah.
That's a bear.
Yeah, that'd be a good name for him.
Bulldog. Nope. That's a bulldog. Michigan State's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, it's Izzo season, baby.
Izzo season. Jace Richardson. We know all about him.
T to the OM.
I to the Zizzo. T to the OM.
I felt like I was in Succession there.
T to the OM. That's why we're picking him. Hopefully Brian's coach isn't also named Tom. I guess it's possible.
Oh yeah. All right, so we got.
All right, is that we want to go? We want to go first round.
No, let's keep cooking in this region, right? You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't keep cooking in the first region, or did we?
We only did
That's
one
the only
region,
one we
man.
did.
We got a lot to do, so let's keep going. Because I think we'll move a little quicker.
Yeah, I thought
What would you think this?
we did the top and the bottom.
'Cause there's
a lot of games in this.
Because we're called Trey Kerby 2, you thought we were on Region 2.
Too many games, man.
Whoa! All right, speed round. Auburn, Creighton.
Auburn,
Yep.
Yeah. See you, Creighton.
Michigan, Yale.
Michigan.
Yeah. I don't think Yale's a good basketball team.
Of course not. They're just
Braids.
good luck playing basketball with protractors in your hands.
Protractors.
Geeks. You stupid dweebs.
Task, call this one. North Carolina, Iowa State.
Oh, wow. Getting North
You
Carolina
want the
through to the
percentages?
16.
15% of people are picking UNC through to the Sweet 16. I'm calling it the spicy
Only
16.
58% are picking Iowa State.
That's low.
You need Yale on this math. 58 plus 15 is
Well,
not 100%.
No, but it's because of the second
Oh,
round
because to
matchup,
get through
yeah.
there, yeah, that's a good call. But that's just weird how they allow that.
That is weird.
Yeah.
How they allow that?
Why would they do the math that way?
don't know,
Is the
man.
question.
Why would
Just
you
pick
ever
one.
trust the consensus anyway, man?
Yeah, so go North Carolina.
There you go.
All right, nice.
There you go.
Yeah, they're good. And they're hot.
They're hot.
Yeah, and that's why.
Chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, that's
They're
why
chip on the
these
shoulder, right?
first four are in a flow. They don't rest like the week before wild card series in
That's right.
baseball.
Iowa
you know?
State just getting fat and happy right now.
That's true.
Marquette versus Michigan State. That's a Midwestern battle for you. Wisconsin versus Michigan.
Where is this region?
This region is the South.
Oh.
I don't know which
Where we
city.
don't know, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think I know it feels a little chalky, but I think I am Michigan State.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, all right. Auburn versus Michigan. I don't think Michigan is that good.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Either. I think we should take Auburn.
Yeah, happy to take Auburn.
Okay.
I honestly think we might get 1-2 here.
You like them 1-2? You think it's over for the Cinderella Tar Heels?
They got to the second weekend.
Yeah.
They
This is
did.
where it ends.
Their heels are sore from wearing those Cinderella heels. Mm-hmm. You're out of here, Tar Heels.
All right.
Okay. There we go. Okay,
Cool.
leave that right now.
All right,
leave that.
we'll leave our Elite Eights.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to go to the East or you want to go to the bottom?
Go bottom.
West? Okay, we're
Yeah.
going to the West. We're going out West for the Florida Gators versus the Norfolk State team.
What are they? We've seen them
What
before.
are they?
haven't
We have.
Yeah.
I think
Like
they're
a fruit or a vegetable? No.
What the heck?
Spartans. We got a new Spartan. New
Double.
Spartan alert.
Double Spartan?
Yeah, a lot of people are on Florida right now. They're,
Yeah.
I think, one of the most popular championship picks. They got a couple of 7-footers, which is good.
Interesting.
Got size?
Interesting.
How
Got
old?
some
They must be
size.
old. Are they old?
They got some older guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, they're
Yeah,
going through.
gotta ride Florida. Gotta, even though there's some Spartan in me, I'm taking Florida.
Oh, we got Michigan State for you. So
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
The Yukon Huskies, two-time defending champions, versus the Oklahoma Sooners with Jeremiah Fears.
Oh, I do like that name.
Some draft prospects in this here game.
I know UConn's one of the picks in the women's bracket, right? But
Paige.
with Paige, but
Mm-hmm.
I got no feel on this one. Tass or Trey, you take this one. 8-9 matchup. You know, it's flip a coin to me.
I'm taking UConn.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sure.
They got even if they don't have the same guys, they've got the championship know-how.
Okay.
They're not gonna lose their first game. Okay. The Memphis Tigers, Penny Hardaway's team versus the Colorado State Buffaloes.
No,
Their
Rams,
star is-
aren't they?
Oh yes, is that a Ram? That's a
think-
Ram.
I
yeah.
think they're Rams.
Yeah, it's Colorado is the Buffaloes. Good call.
Yeah.
Neek Clifford. This guy is a draft prospect as well. He's an older dude. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Memphis is a big three-point shooting team, so that's helpful. Though I do know
variance,
Colorado State
yeah.
is a popular upset pick here
Yeah,
in
I
the
sort of like
5-12s.
it if I'm being honest.
According to Slingshot, which I read here on The Athletic, 42.2% upset chance
Yeah.
because of the statistical profiles here.
Love the profiles.
I think we do
Yeah.
it. I think we do it.
Boom.
That's a high percentage.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
The Maryland Terrapins versus the Grand Canyon University Crevices.
You imagine that's where it's located. It's in the
Yeah, it's
bottom
cool.
of the Grand Canyon. Tough to get to it.
Derek Queen, the star for Maryland. We talked about him yesterday. High draft pick,
Yep.
potentially. Jacoby Coles looks like the star for Grand Canyon.
Not much of a
Grand
scoring
Canyon
team, are they?
Antelopes. That's
Antelopes?
their name.
That's
what,
cool.
What a name.
Oh,
That's
this
a good
is
name.
not a. Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm Team Turtles.
turtle team.
Yeah, it's not a sexy pick. No one wants to pick them. I get it, but they're just gonna go about their business, you know.
Just gonna go about their business.
They said
shooting
they're like
threes.
a top 10 team. Basically.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Okay.
Missouri, the Tigers versus the Drake.
Bulldogs, I think too.
Are they
Aren't
a bulldog? Yeah, it might be a bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bulldog.
Yeah.
33.7% chance of upset here.
Drake is a popular upset pick I saw as well. The Athletic has put out a ton of awesome March Madness stuff,
Yep.
but it's like I'm reading all of it.
Oh,
but it's so hard to like remember 68
Totally.
teams
Yes.
and what you thought was interesting.
I agree. I take it all into, and then
Yeah.
it's like I don't remember a single thing I read.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I'm Team Drake if you guys are. Wow, not the response.
Well, I
was
mean,
like.
it's hard to say I'm Team Drake.
Okay, true.
know,
I guess
but-
I am Team Kendrick still. But in the grand scheme of
But I
things.
couldn't pick them to win here.
Okay.
This one's for all the dogs.
Has Drake ever showed up, like Drake the artist, ever showed up to a Drake game?
Great question. I know he's a
mean, he's
Kentucky,
Kentucky
fan.
guy,
I remember
yeah.
him shooting air balls and warm-ups
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them.
yeah. You're right. Okay.
For
Well,
the dogs?
Yeah,
go
I
dog.
got nothing for Missouri, so
For
I got
all
no
my- for
problem
all my
taking it.
dogs.
For all my dogs,
Yeah.
They'll play that Adonis song in the locker room, I heard. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders versus the North Carolina Wilmington team.
Yeah. What are they?
They're repped by CAA, it appears. What is that? A Seahawk?
Do we need to take them because they're repped by CAA? We gotta stick with our agency.
This is the team I got too excited about when I was doing my own personal bracket because I saw 38% from three and also good at defense.
That's good.
Texas
combo.
Tech, yeah, who knows if they're any good. But
The Red Raiders.
Red Raiders, JT Toppin. I think he's a draft guy, but like a lower first round sort of deal.
Is he related to Obi
I
or
don't
Jacob?
think so, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not sure at all.
I
So,
got.
who are you high on the 38% of the Techs?
I was a Tech guy.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah. Do it.
They were a glaring favorite.
Yep.
There. Okay.
Here's a weird one. Kansas versus Arkansas.
Good call, man.
Jayhawks, Hogs. Razorbacks. But I
Yeah.
think they're
Yeah, they go by
colloquially known as the Hogs. And I would like to cheer for a team called the Hogs.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
SEC team.
Get some oinks going on
Get
the
some
show.
oinks. This guy, Adu Terrio, he's a potential draft guy as well.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Hunter Dickinson, I think he's been around the NCAA for a long time. He played at Michigan for a bunch of years, and then he's done this NIL stuff because, he's like a big guy that's not going to make it to the NBA, but they can make a ton of money in college right now because, like, those
Yeah.
guys dominate. But he comes up short quite a bit, I got to say.
Okay.
Well, I'm Team Hogs for this reason. This is gonna be the weirdest reason ever. I was watching Deadwood last night,
Okay.
and I was watching an episode where Swearingen had to make a deal with Wu, because like a bunch of guys stole like a bunch of drugs.
Okay.
And so he's like, all right, I got to give you one of these white guys, Wu. I can't give you two of them. I'll give you one to feed to the pigs, to the hogs. That's how I got there.
Okay.
And that's why I'm Team Razorbacks.
Okay, you cocksucker. Deadwood is good, man.
Deadwood is so good.
Deadwood is good, and even like the movie they made when they came
I
back was good.
agree.
Unbelievable.
I told Nora, I was like, we're rewatching this. We're starting it over. Like, it just happened to be on. And I was
That's
just like,
good.
God, this is so good.
The Hogs, the official team
Yeah.
of Al Swearingen and Woo. I guess more of Woo.
More Wu.
Yeah, he's
More
a
Wu.
big fan. St. John's, they're a big team. A widely celebrated team with Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm riding
Same here.
St. John's.
Riding with Rick?
Sort of
Oh,
believe
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
You got
Defense.
to.
They're all about that defense right now.
Yeah.
Johnnies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go Red Storm. I
All
like
right.
that
That's
they're called
fun.
that
Yeah,
too.
and there's fun songs. Did you see the Jimmy Fallon song with the bunch of their players that they recorded? It's a great video. That's
cool.
Soon may the Red Storm come to rock the rim and make a run. It's great. Damn. Here they are.
I wasn't
I'm in.
anticipating it being like that. Like a sea shanty.
Yeah, it was. It was like a full 3 minutes.
It sounds like it could be on Deadwood. Singing it off a balcony, the piano player.
Let's go. Let's go. You know, they haven't made a Final Four since 1985.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
This could
Chris
be the
Mullen
one.
era.
Isn't
Yeah.
Rick Pitino the first coach to get? It's something like 6 different
Yeah, he's the one.
teams, or obviously universities, I should say, to the dance.
Yeah.
That's
He's the one.
crazy.
Yeah. That guy can coach a college team.
Guy can coach the kids, can
That boy can coach the college.
And then,
All right.
then his son's gonna come along apparently and coach some kids. He's coaching now.
Yeah, right. He's like
Yeah.
in Minnesota or something.
Yeah, he got fired from Minnesota. Now he's on
he
a
did?
bench somewhere else.
Oh.
He's on an assistant somewhere else.
Oh,
But anyways,
he'll be
Rick
back.
does it. Rick does it. He does
Okay.
it with the kids.
We're going with them.
Does it?
All right, keep going here then.
Yeah, Florida Gators,
Yeah.
UConn, Huskies.
I think
Both have won 2-time champions at some time in their life.
Let's go Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. We think a lot about the first round, and then second round, like, all right, let's
Yeah,
have fun. Let's
exactly.
get this one done.
Who cares?
Rams, Turtles.
Do we believe in the Cinderella run? Now, usually there is a double-digit seeded team
wanna do it?
that gets there. I mean, we got to pick one or two to get there. I'll
Gets
doing
where
it.
to the 16?
Yeah, to the well, that would
Spicy
be
16?
Would that be 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sweet 16 for the Rams. We also that was our mascot in college,
Yeah.
so I like that reason.
Yeah, get
Sure.
him in there.
That was my high school
All right.
mascot too. Jeez,
Born to be a Ram.
I was definitely born to be a Ram.
You should get a Dodge truck. All right, Team Drake versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
You talked me into Texas Tech.
Right?
Yeah.
I made a great case.
You did.
They have a low points per game on their information thing and a high 3-point percentage. That's
Yeah.
got to be good.
Yeah.
Wait a second here.
Uh-oh.
New news just dropped. 58.2 points per game for the Drake Bulldogs. That's pretty good defense, but they haven't played anybody. Look at their record versus top 25.
Oh, their
No
opponents only
games.
score 58.4.
That's good.
Whoa,
that
that's
game's
good
gonna be a
defense.
rock fight, man.
Rock fight.
Rock fight to
You'd
the
li-
Raiders.
You'd like to have the team that shoots 38% from 3, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I sure would.
Hogs versus Johns.
Oh, get John in there. This is
Yeah.
their time.
It's their time.
Yes, their
we
time.
all agree.
That's fine.
Some people are picking them to
All
get
right.
all the way there.
Yeah, I don't like that. You're right. A lot of people. I have this weird
well-
feeling it's not going to go as well as. There's a lot of hype around that team.
A lot of hype right now. They're not a good 3-point shooting team.
Mm.
We'll check their percentages right in a second here.
Okay.
First, though, we're going to talk about the Gators versus the Rams to go to the Elite 8.
Wow. I mean,
So everyone's picking Florida.
Everyone is
Yeah.
picking Florida.
A lot of people
SEC
Florida
is
winning it all.
big time right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida was maybe the most popular or the consensus athletic pick, I
yeah, I
believe.
think we got to push them through
Or maybe it was Duke.
because we have also a crazy team going that far.
Yeah, we do. And we're gonna have Texas Tech in our Elite Eight. I can already tell.
Yes.
Just for a second, look at these 3-point percentages. 38% versus 30%. That's crazy,
huge.
bro.
That's huge, man.
339th in the NCAAs for the Johnnies, for the Red Storm.
So one's
Yeah.
in the, we got Big 12 versus Big East.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't think the Red Storm are going all the way to the Final Four. Why are you laughing?
Because you know the Red
Say it
Storm.
with such conviction.
Yeah.
No, it's just a classic swerve against the consensus, in my opinion. There's a lot of people taking them.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
But Florida's the consensus.
Well,
Florida
yeah,
is the
that's-
consensus.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
the St. John's is hot. It's hot right
They
now.
are.
Yeah,
They're hot.
they're
I mean,
good story. It's a
they
good
have,
story.
they have not won a tournament game since 2000. I couldn't believe
So you're gonna tell me they're gonna win 3 here?
Yeah, it's tough to
No
say.
way, man.
Felipe Lopez.
Yeah,
See the
Felipe,
guy?
yeah, he
he
was there.
definitely
2000?
played. That's like the only guy.
Well, no, 2000 was like Ron Artest was a St. John's guy.
Oh,
Around that.
Bootsy, they had a guy named Bootsy Thornton, I think his name. Eric Barkley, he was a Red Storm. They had some players back in the day.
I just typed in famous red storm and I got Jupiter's Great Red Spot.
That is one of the most famous Red Storms out there. Yeah.
Bootsy was booting it though. He was on that team.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess.
They wore Jordan uniforms.
Ron Artest had graduated already. He was gone.
LeVar
in
Postel,
2000.
they have that guy? What was it?
Yeah,
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 he's
you
rich.
remember it. You remember
I
those guys.
watched some St. John's in high school. Oh,
Yeah.
that was in high school. Old guy.
But we got the Raiders, man.
The Raiders. Red Raiders versus Red Storm. That's cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
that's good.
Very cool. All right, we're back to the Eastern region. Duke Blue Devils, the #1 overall seed. Obviously, Cooper Flagg is dealing with an ankle injury. They think he's going to play this weekend, if not against St. Mary's in the first round, Mount St. Mary's then in the second round. We got Duke advancing, even if they don't have Cooper
Yeah.
in the 1 versus 16.
Yeah, we got a lot of Marys in this region.
2? I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's 2.
Wow. I was just thinking, we could get like a nice Tom Petty like Last Dance
Okay.
with Mary. I had to stop there. But there's something there.
There's something
the
there.
dance, the Marys. I guess my point. Oh well, imagine like a miraculous run for both Marys.
For both Marys, and Maryland makes it out of the other region.
That's a theme.
That's a theme.
But Duke going through.
Yeah, Duke going through on this one. Mississippi State, they're Bulldogs as well versus the Baylor Bears. Bulldogs have to be the most common mascot.
Probably.
I mean, that's at least the third one we've had.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, Baylor, though. Baylor has that guy, VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I like him
I'm
too.
in on him. He's because I want to see him take on Duke. We need that Cooper Flag versus Edgecombe
I agree.
matchup.
I would like to see that.
Okay. So Baylor.
Yeah. I know that school, so I'm going Baylor.
I've heard of them. The Ducks, the Oregon Ducks versus the Liberty, let me guess, Bulldogs?
No, it's Bibberty.
The Liberty Bibberties, the Emus. That's an emu.
Yeah.
You know that's an eagle. Come on. They're called Liberty.
Yeah,
Nice.
If it's
Yeah, good
Doug,
call.
they're just called the Dougs.
The Dugs. The Dugs versus the Ducks. Oregon, they're a Big Ten team now.
31.4% chance of an upset here by the Liberties.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I got no feel on this
The
one.
Bibberties.
Feels like
What
it
are
could be an
stats?
upset, but I don't know.
I
don't
need
know about the
stats
Ducks.
to be convinced.
Okay, you want to take a look at some stats?
Give
Yeah, I
some
need
stats.
something.
Who's older?
Who they should tell us.
I know.
My guess is Liberty is older. Ooh, they do got a nice 3-point percentage.
Oh, they're-
39.
39?
seventh
And
in
they're
the
good
NCAAs.
defensively.
And they're good defensively.
In comparison to Oregon, Oregon allows 70 points per game. Is that legal?
What are you smelling?
Is that an upset?
I think you're smelling an upset. Liberty Bibberty. Would
Liberty Bibberty. It
going
would be
through.
fun to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get them in there.
Get 'em in.
All right.
Sorry,
Who
Oregon.
cares?
I think they're a despised university, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona Wildcats versus the Akron Zips.
Yeah,
The Zips.
Good call.
Zips.
What
The
is it?
Zips.
What's a zip?
Just
That's clearly what it is.
the Zips. They play fast, you'd have to imagine. A versus A.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
Battle
Who
of the
do you
A's.
like here?
Man.
Is Slingshot telling us anything, or are we
Nah.
going with that Arizona here?
It doesn't exist on the slingshot list here.
It's not a slingshot. Okay.
So I guess Akron doesn't have much of a chance.
Okay, go Arizona.
Zona?
Even though
Okay.
It's Mike Bibby's team.
BYU, VCU,
Wow.
Brigham Young University, Virginia Commonwealth University.
Who was there? There was a BYU player here that was a
Agor.
player to watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agor.
Agor Demon.
Yeah. But
Good 3-point shooting team. The BYU's.
It's a tough region here.
Yeah, this is tough, man. This is
not-
tough.
they're not jumping
lot
out
of
to
random
me.
names. I think VCU is a popular upset pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Didn't VCU make a crazy run once upon a time to like the
Shaka
Final
Smart?
Four? Yeah.
believe
it's
was the
extremely
coach,
it's
yep.
an extremely high percentage, 43%.
Put them through.
Okay.
This is
why
going to
not?
be the weird region.
Yeah, it's also Igor's the player to watch, but he wasn't on the list there of players
He
to
was not
watch
the
here.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so doesn't fit. It just
Yeah,
doesn't make
you
sense.
gotta show up as a key player, not Richie Saunders. Richie Saunders plays left field. Wisconsin, the Badgers versus Montana. Oh, it's a new look Badgers team, you know? They run and gun, they shoot threes. It's not just defense anymore.
Hey, are you sure?
In
In the game
actually
I
am
watched,
sure of
it was
that.
pretty damn low scoring, I thought.
Well, I just know that they shoot threes more
Okay.
compared to how they used to play.
Well, this is your wife's.
This is true. She's a Badger.
alma
We fell in
mater.
love during the March Madness tournament.
Okay, do
Well,
it.
they've
Do
got
it.
the best free throw rate in the country.
You gotta like that, huh?
That's
Look at
awesome.
that, look at that. You know they're knocking them down.
Wow.
That is a good percentage.
Yeah.
John Tonje.
That's an incredible
Superstar.
team percentage.
That is really good.
Legit.
83 almost.
Especially and you get it's like, you know,
One
you're
and one.
1-1, yeah.
Got to make that first one.
Impressive. Okay.
All right, Tom Petty, St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. I think St. Mary's is a well-regarded 7th seed, if I'm not
I
mistaken,
believe
from
you're
some
right.
of this stuff.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I mean, look at the defense, 60 points per game. Augustus Marshallonis, son of Sarunas Marshallonis.
Ooh.
Oh, that's all I
That's
had to
cool.
hear. Aren't St. Mary's used to be at least like an Australian pipeline as well? for a lot of talent.
Dellavedova, Patty Mills.
Yeah. So I like that as well.
They always, if I'm not mistaken, they wear gray socks. They just look sweaty. Look so sweaty.
What a
they're playing.
color.
Yeah.
Why?
The Gales.
That's right.
Gales.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go St. Mary's. Go it. Do
Last
it.
Dance with St. Mary's team.
That's right.
Alabama. Roll Tide. Robert. It just says Robert.
Versus Robert.
Robert Morris.
Alabama. Bama versus Robert.
Robert Morris, is he the one that said don't bring 2 macaronis to a Thanksgiving dinner? Oh, no.
They got Mark Sears.
That was the injury report for this team, though.
That's a lot of injuries.
going on in
Yeah,
Bama?
Grant Nelson. He's a big time player for Bama. They need him healthy to have a long run.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I think he had like a 20-10 game in the tournament last year. They went to the Final Four.
But we think they're going through here.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I
Okay.
think they're like a run and gun team, and then they have a guy who plays like Jalen Brunson.
Ooh.
Mark
okay.
Sears. Duke
Okay.
Blue Devils, Baylor Bears. This is the matchup we want to see. 2 top 5 picks going against each other. And if that doesn't pan out, at least there's some other top 10 picks on the Duke Blue Devils as well.
Duke.
Dukies?
Yeah.
Sure.
Duke it is. All right. Liberty, the Bibberty. Bibberty versus the Wildcats. Can Liberty keep it up? This Cinderella run about guys we've never heard of? With Caleb Love. No, he plays for Arizona.
Yeah.
They got
For
Carter
him.
Bryant. He's a draft prospect as well. Versus Talon Peter. 14 points per game. Must be doing it by committee.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Cass, you got a read on this one?
No.
You want to keep
I
going
don't.
Cinderella or just go good old classic university that's
Yeah.
usually good at basketball?
Yeah, I'm kind of in that
So
position
am I.
here.
So am I.
Zona.
Okay.
VCU versus Wisconsin. I have no allegiance to Wisconsin after picking them in the first
Okay.
round.
Dare I say this is our
Could this be the one?
this is our one.
Are they the Rams?
Yeah.
VCU's a Ram?
I think so.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It looks like a Ram.
Yeah.
Riding the Rams. Why not?
Yeah.
Riding the Rams.
High upset team in the first round.
Okay.
A high chance of being an upset team. So yeah, roll it.
I mean, remember you're
we
playing.
got
Yeah, you're playing
12%.
2 games in what? 2 days or 3 days, I guess. Really.
Yeah.
Okay, St. Mary's versus Alabama. Sarunas Marshalonis' son versus Mark Sears. Marquee matchup. People are talking about it.
I think it's Alabama.
Bama?
I think I have read a lot. I know you never pick the top seeds to all get there. That's almost never happens. But people are saying it is a pretty top heavy. These number 1 seeds are legit good teams.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, anything can happen in one
Sure.
game. I get that, but I think a lot of people have the number 1 seeds going quite far.
Yes.
Unless upsets in a second round or first round, something like that.
All right.
Okay.
So we got Duke and Arizona to go to the Elite Eight. And then we have VCU and Alabama to go to the Elite Eight.
Right.
Is it your time to shine, Arizona roster? Is it?
What?
This is big. I'm just wondering if this is a
maybe it
big,
is. Maybe it is.
bright lights. This is the round of 16.
It's the round of 16. I mean, 12th in net ranking this year. Only 9% of users are picking Arizona to go to the Elite Eight, it appears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a low amount.
this would
Duke
be-
does have a great roster.
Yeah.
And very good statistics.
But they're young, aren't they?
They are young.
Uh-huh.
3 of their best players are freshmen. They've got another freshman comes off the bench. They got a big injury in Malik Brown, one of their best defenders.
Wow.
Oh, but
Should
he's a game time decision though, according to what I just
Yeah,
saw.
exactly. And that's for, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
That this game will be played.
Right.
Or a week from now.
Right.
A week, yeah. I'm a Duker. I just have always backed them. I don't. But, yeah.
You're saying Duke?
Yeah, I guess.
You're saying Duke?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
I just don't have a
only
strong
reason
opinion
would-
about Arizona.
I don't either. They'll probably lose in the first round. So let's just go Duke.
yeah, you want to pick an upset here? VCU versus Alabama? We riding the Rams?
Wow. I mean, wow, that'd be a hell of a run for the Rams.
We got
again.
a 1-2. We got a 1-3.
Yeah, we're going.
We got a 1.
all ones right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's fine. We got Duke through. Ew. It's so silly. Why are we even contemplating?
As if we know.
I know.
As if we know.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. I mean, 4% of people are taking VCU. We'll be on top of the
Yeah.
rankings when they get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Great.
All right.
See you later, Alabama.
Houston, the Cougs versus the SIUE. That's right, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. The satellite campus for Southern Illinois. That could be a Bobcat. That could be a Wildcat.
Yeah. Wildcat's a famous one, or a popular one.
Yes,
too.
very popular.
I was the reason. What's the university again? What are they called? SIUE, but what does it stand for?
Edwardsville, Southern Illinois University.
Southern
Edwardsville.
Illinois. Enjoy basketball. Shout out to Kenny and the crew. They had something up on Instagram. I don't know why, but it said if you added Karl Anthony Towns, current Karl Anthony Towns, to that team,
Okay.
how could they, win? How far could they go?
I think they're going far.
So I agree.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a man, first off.
I think he's a man. He's a great player. He's going to make
Yeah.
all NBA this year. I think when Karl Anthony Towns was in college, he was undefeated until the tournament.
Sure.
I mean, he had other great players with him, but
Yeah, that's I guess the part of the equation here.
Is it because he was a Wildcat and that appears to be a Wildcat?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know why
he
they
plays
put him
on a
on that
cat
team.
team.
Maybe they're like
and he is a human man cat.
it's a human man.
A lot of
cat.
cats.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going
Houston.
to Houston.
All right. Here's some more dogs. Georgia, they're the dogs.
They're the dogs.
Gonzaga, they're the dogs. Bulldogs versus Bulldogs. It's
Yeah.
come to this.
It has. You can't lose if you're a dog lover.
You got a draft prospect in Asa Newell, who plays for Georgia. Talked about him.
Yeah.
And then you just got classic Gonzaga guys. It's not the same Gonzaga team that you're thinking of with your Drew Timmies or your Chet Holmgrens, your Jalen Suggs. They don't have these big names that they usually have.
They're
Right.
also young,
But
I
they're still good.
suppose.
They're still
Yeah.
good.
They're still
yeah.
good.
People were saying I think they were shocked that they were like an 8th seed. In this 8-9 matchup.
You like the Zags?
I think so.
All right. The Clemson Tigers versus McNeese.
Oh.
McNeese State, who apparently their biggest star is their equipment manager.
Yes.
Aura.
He's got the aura.
It's great.
This guy's like signing. You see all the deals he's signing? He's like,
Yeah, but why?
I guess he's just a great guy. He just got good spirit to
Okay,
him.
great.
They love him.
Oh, here he is on their key players.
Wicked. He's got the glasses.
It looks like he's likable. From
Yeah,
the
totally.
Team
and he
just
comes in
likes
with the
him.
music and the boombox.
Boombox.
Yeah,
He looks
yeah.
great.
I think the vibes are high. I buy it.
You like
vibes
McNeese?
count, man.
Why not?
I'm Team McNeese. I
Excellent.
couldn't tell you where the hell is that. You could tell me anywhere. Tennessee, but I don't
That's
know.
what I would guess. They play in the Land Conference, whatever that means. Never heard of that before.
So 30
Land.
The Broncos, is that what they are?
That looks like a Bronco. Sure.
So where are they? Where's McNeese?
I don't know. 30.9% chance of them upsetting Clemson.
Louisiana.
Oh.
Lake Charles, Louisiana is where they are.
Walter Payton go to McNeese State? He may have. I don't know.
Their coach is already being interviewed by other colleges to
So
leave.
they're saying good coacher.
Oh, I
Will
think,
Wade is already being interviewed by
I think
North Carolina
I think
State.
he picked a team. I think he got hired. Wow. Yeah.
So
Is that good or bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Win one for coach on the way out.
Yeah.
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 Purdue, the Boilermakers versus High Point. That's just a phrase.
High point.
that's just a phrase.
What is
how
your
you do
high
things.
point?
High Point.
High Point. My guess, Bulldogs.
Yeah.
The Mountains. Wow, Purdue. What a great strength of schedule. I think they have a big guy who is injured, though. Maybe that's who Daniel Jacobson is. They've got a guy named Trey, who's a good scorer, 20 points per game.
20? That's no joke.
Made it to the championship game last year, but that was the Zach Edey era.
Yeah. But that means they probably still have a bunch of guys.
They do.
That have been there, have
Yep.
done it. I think we got to take Purdue there.
Yep.
Sorry.
I like it.
We got McNeese as our Cinderella.
Yep. Illinois, the Fighting Illini versus the Xavier Musketeers, I think was their
Yeah,
name.
that's right. They just won.
Kasparis Yakachonis. They were getting on us. I said Jakachonis yesterday. It's
yeah,
Yakachonis, like Jonas Valanciunas. They've got Will Riley, another good prospect. They also have another big guy who's like 7 feet, who's pretty solid inside as well. Illinois, but I have seen quite a few upset picks of Xavier here.
I think people like that idea of those first 4 teams.
Yep.
Get a victory. Like they're into it right away. You shouldn't really have the nerves
Yep.
In that, I guess, real game. So
Yeah, and
I get that.
And I
thinking.
guess that's why 27% chance here
not
given
a
by
bad
the
chance.
math professors for them to
not
knock
that
it off.
crazy.
It's not extremely high.
You know, what will Will Leach think if we don't pick Illinois, though? You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we pick Illinois, you guys have to write the text message back to my dad when he gets mad at me for not picking Illinois.
Okay, let's take him. Let's take him. Let's take him.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Whoops.
sorry, Dad.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hey, my grandfather helped build the assembly hall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What
exciting
a
times.
reason.
Well, yeah, he's just working. You know. Hey, the University of Kentucky. They're Wildcats versus Troy. Another guy. From the Belt. From the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Troy.
No. I think
Kentucky, though, is I think they've lost in the first round the past 2 seasons.
really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yikes. Not this year.
Not this year. They're advancing. You can tell.
They're in that tough SEC, man.
Yep.
So that's enough for me.
That's enough for me, too. All right, the UCLA Bruins, a classic team. Utah State. Did they just advance out of the play-in tournament? No, they did
No.
not. No, that was not a different team.
I don't like taking Utah or State.
Okay.
I don't know.
I would only take Utah.
Oh, wow.
Keith Van Horn, Michael Doliak. I know players that played for Utah.
Oh, you're saying not Utah State.
Yeah, not Utah State.
Yeah. So let's go Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love.
You versus you.
Bruins.
Cool. Tennessee and Wofford.
Right. 215.
Volunteers. That's a bulldog. You know that's a bulldog.
I think they are.
Yeah, that's got to be a bulldog. Tennessee, a great defensive team as well. They're an SEC squad, and they were very competitive throughout the tournament and throughout their regular season. Chaz Lanier.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, man. Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz.
Versus Corey Tripp.
Corey Tripp versus Chaz Lanier.
Wofford's got to do a lot of barking. I assume they're a bulldog. Woof. Sounds like a woof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
They
great
lost
call.
all they do.
They lost 15 games. They're 19-15.
That's not good.
No, I think
That's pretty bad.
I'm calling blowout.
You're out
All
of
right.
it,
I'm calling 30-point victory
All right.
for the Volunteers. You heard it here.
Cougars, Bulldogs, Houston, Gonzaga. Who you like? Houston is an old team. They're
Yeah.
a good defensive
That's
team.
all. You got me on
and
old.
they shoot threes now, apparently.
I'm M. Night Shyamalan in this one. Old. You watch it?
No, no, but I'm aware that is an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It's a classic M. Night.
It-
They're all on a beach and they're getting old.
Is there a twist?
You're not gonna believe it.
What?
A bit of a twist. That's actually an insane twist.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Houston. I'm Team Houston.
Gonzaga's a really hot pick.
Oh,
Ooh, really?
little Mark
No.
know-how?
This is just an old email I'm pulling up. I was looking. There's something about Gonzaga I had in a recent email, but I pulled up one from 2023 that said that they're good. So
They were good that year.
I saw the name Drew Timme, and I said, I don't think he plays for them now.
No.
So see you later, Gonzaga.
All right, you're gone, Zaga. Are we going with the manager or the Boilermakers? McNeese versus Purdue.
Oh man.
Oh, niece.
The aura, man. Of
the
this.
niece.
Well, I've made
Weird. Isn't it weird? A guy already accepted a job.
Amir Khan is his name.
Okay.
That's the
Yes.
That's the general manager. This guy's awesome.
That's
This guy's signing. This is incredible. He is signing NIL deals.
Like what he got a JBL deal or
I think,
something like that?
I think. No, that would have been good. What's Buffalo Wild
Buffalo
Wings?
Wild Wings, yeah.
They did something with them. All the classics did something with them.
Oh, I would love to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. Just saying. Just saying. It feels very much like March Madness.
It sure
to me,
does.
to eat specifically at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
There's a photo of him holding. That's the best.
What's the quote say? What is that quote?
The quote is, if they kept manager stats for rebounding and wiping up wet spots, I'd put up Wilt numbers.
Okay.
This guy's awesome.
Is that enough for them to win a basketball game?
Yeah, it is.
I think you're right.
It is. This guy's going to get so much camera time.
They're going to get bounced in the first round.
No, they're not.
I mean the first
Weekend.
game of the second weekend.
They call them general managers in college.
Yeah.
That's different.
Or manager, I guess.
Manager. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did say general manager, you're right.
It's okay. They have those now too. You didn't know they had those in college, but they got them now.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah,
Steph
yeah.
Curry's one. He's one for Davidson.
Oh, right.
Woj is
right.
one.
Yep.
Basically, who's our most famous alumni? That's kind of what it's
Yeah.
turned
Oh,
into.
yes.
Yeah. Help us recruit guys. Pay them some money. The Illinois Fighting Illini versus the Kentucky Wildcats. Interesting. Illinois, like I said, they got a couple of draft guys. Kentucky, not as many draft guys as they usually have.
I feel like there's not a lot of buzz about Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. No Calipari anymore. So,
Yeah, right.
things have changed. I think they have a former guy, Scott Padgett, maybe is their coach now, who was he might have won championships back in the 90s, 2000s era when they were very good.
Is that Scott Padgett?
Maybe.
Yeah, it could
I
be
don't know
him.
what he looks like as a grown man.
Yeah. I just pulled up Kentucky Wildcats. There's a photo of them. I guess they're young, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Looks like they got good shooting stats. I like that.
They do.
SEC team. People were saying maybe they're a paper tiger, though, coming out of the SEC.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true. That's just something. That's literally just one line I read.
Tough schedule.
What does that say? They're
Holy
10-8
Tough
against.
sked. Big tough sked.
Yeah. Because they played all these SEC teams.
Illinois did not have the strongest close to the season, I don't think. This looks like it'll be a good game.
This is going to be a good one.
looks like a good game.
I'm be watching this one.
If it
I
happens,
got
for
no
sure.
feel in this. I don't know where to go. I honestly
Yeah.
don't. Flip a
No,
coin.
I don't have a passion for either team.
Trey, you call it.
We're going with ILL.
Wow. I love it.
That's right. All right, UCLA versus Tennessee. A blue blood program versus a football school. What you got, the Bruins or the Volunteers?
I'm
some
team
stats? You want some stats
Arrested
here?
Development.
Oh, you like it Tennessee, huh?
Yes, I am. Chaz. Oh my God.
Chaz versus Tyler?
Those guys gotta be white guys, right? Maybe not. I guess not.
Who knows?
Possible. Chaz is.
I don't think Chaz is.
What? Chaz is not a white guy?
Yeah,
You're blowing my mind. He's not.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
God.
so.
Now I'm even more in.
Plays 31 minutes a
Holy
game. That's
Chaz.
a lot of minutes.
All right, Chaz. You're in, Chaz.
That's incredible.
All right, Houston versus our guy, Amir Khan. The number 1 ranked Houston Cougars basketball team versus the number 1 ranked manager in all of college basketball.
Right.
What you got?
You know where I stand.
We're riding the Aura, man?
Yeah, I
Why
am.
not? Why not? If they make it this far, we're laughing.
But if they lose in the first round, our
We're also laughing.
entire region is screwed. Yeah, I'm McNeese, but
Wow, 0% have McNeese advancing this
wow,
far.
they don't believe.
It is.
Should we vote? If we vote for them, that'll be 1%.
Look at they're 10-0. They haven't lost, man.
Never lost. They're on a roll.
Yeah.
Again, is their coach going to bring it? He's been
They actually
hired by
have
another college.
For a small conference, they have a really good overall net rate rank.
Yeah,
58th,
that is
that's super high.
Coming out of the land?
Yeah, for the good old Cowboys.
Cowboys is what it is.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, not Broncos, but still.
Can't you imagine
Why not, man? Why not?
Amir riding in on a cowboy, the boombox on his shoulder?
Like he would be on a cowboy's shoulders.
I guess he's the cowboy. in this
Oh,
scenario.
okay. He's riding a horse.
Big
then.
gallon
Yeah,
hat.
Nice.
10-gallon hat. Hell yeah.
All right. Kasparis Yakachonis versus Chaz Lanier.
Chaz Lanier.
Lake Chaz Lanier.
Yeah. Dead bodies at the bottom of Lake Chaz Lanier.
Chaz Lanier claims another body.
Yeah, that's the headline. Print it. Tennessee through.
I love it. Chaz Lanier. Cool name. Very cool name. Auburn, Michigan State. Who's
all right.
making the Final Four
Okay, here we go.
A 1 versus 2. We've got 54% think Auburn is advancing. Not bad, though, for Michigan
Yeah.
State. 24% coming out of the
Quarter
2
of people
seed.
got them going to the final.
And they've been
four.
hot.
that's
They've been
a
hot,
lot.
baby. 8-2.
What do you think, Tass? They are hot.
Well, not many thoughts. But if there's a school I'm cheering for, it's Auburn. So
Okay.
The Burners?
That's
All
all.
right.
I'm
Look
fine
at
with
those
that. Send 'em
stats.
through.
Those are good stats.
Yeah, that is
you
good
said
stats,
you
man.
said you know a professor.
Yeah.
We know our guy Frank. We're going to be playing in a tournament with them this weekend. 3-on-3 tournament.
Hope we don't get upset.
Oh, we're winning the whole
A
thing.
1 versus 16 upset. That'd be bad.
No, we're winning the whole thing this week.
All right. Gators, Raiders. Florida Gators, Texas Tech, Red Raiders. Walter Clayton Jr. versus J.T. Toppin. 38% for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. You love it.
I mean, this seems like our team this year. I don't know why.
Wow, yeah.
Not really
they do
sure
seem
why,
like it.
but I think we got to go with them.
I mean, 85.
Just a miraculous run.
I'm fine going with them just because everybody else is
Yeah.
taking the Gators. So
Yeah.
it's
Swerve?
fun.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. Good stuff. Texas Tech. Probably not a lot of Final Four picks,
No.
I would have to imagine. Let's
Looks
see
like
here.
8%.
8%? That's low.
Yep. Okay.
Duke, VCU. What?
Yeah,
You
let's
got
go.
VCU here, huh?
Let's go. I know. I don't know what. It's going to be our worst bracket.
How'd they do that?
We need a number
Go
one.
Duke.
There we go.
Go Duke.
Dukies. All right, McNeese versus Tennessee. This is also an interesting one.
Wow.
We will see. 0% got McNeese making the Final Four. 22% for Tennessee. That's okay. They got some
I think we got to go
backers.
Tennessee.
The Vols.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go Vols.
So what do we have? Our Final Four is Auburn versus Texas Tech. Duke versus Tennessee.
Couple T's.
Yep.
Couple number 1 seeds.
That's right. Who do you like advancing here, Skeets? Auburn or Texas Tech?
Oh, man. I mean, Auburn's got
3% have Texas Tech into the championship game. 30% have Auburn.
So Auburn, yeah, I don't know.
Good shooting on both sides.
This is going to be a big game.
Yeah, Final Four game. Usually pretty highly watched.
San Antonio this year, isn't it?
Yep.
That's
right?
almost a home game for
San
Texas
Antonio,
Tech.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't know.
interesting.
I have literally no idea where Texas Tech is located compared to San Antonio. That's a big state, but it's closer than Auburn, I think.
It is.
Lubbock.
Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah. Lubbock.
Lubbock. Thank you.
Lubrock.
Yeah, thank
That's
you
right.
for free agency in the major leagues.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech? Wow, upsetting the Tigers? What do you think? Will your professor friend be upset?
I don't know. Is their struggle here losing 3 of 4? Does that play into it? Probably not. because they haven't been hot. Can they carry?
Not playing their best ball. I don't know. I don't know.
Can they flip a switch? Is what you're saying?
Can they flip it?
For the many games. I mean, we've already got them here to the Final Four. That's fine.
That's a great season.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I like being different too.
Duke, Tennessee. Will Cooper Flagg be healthy in 3 weeks from now? They've had the best roster this season. Cooper's been the best player, at worst the second best player. But coming off an injury.
SEC's
SEC tough.
It's tough.
team.
Tougher schedule.
Tough.
Way tougher schedule.
We got 8% say Tennessee. 45% have Duke. That's got to be the highest pick because we just
That
saw
has
Auburn
to
was
be.
30%.
And is that what do you think, Trey? You go. You pick this one.
Well, I mean, I would pick Duke.
Do it.
I would pick Duke.
Do it,
All
man.
There you
Duke,
go. There you go.
unfortunately.
There you go.
Texas Tech versus Duke. In the championship game, can you imagine Texas Tech holding the championship thing, whatever it is?
Paper, newspaper.
Well, I think they give them, it's like a plaque, right?
Oh
They
yeah,
have
yeah,
a plaque,
yeah.
and they cut down the nets.
Uh-huh.
Texas Tech, can you imagine that? Patrick
No.
Mahomes sitting sideline going crazy.
I can't imagine.
Unfortunately,
They
I
might
can't
lose in
either.
the first round.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't imagine it either. Texas Tech celebrating a championship. I have a hard time with like Texas Tech, Houston. Baylor did win a championship, but these are schools that I think should be good at football.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Oklahoma, I feel the same way about.
Yes.
It's like I can't
Yep.
picture you holding it, even though maybe they did once upon a time. I don't know.
Fine taking Duke.
Let's do it.
We've rode a lot of underdogs to
We've
pretty
run a lot of
far.
daughters. All right, here's an impossible one. Pick the final score. I love this as the combined tiebreaker.
Yeah.
These teams average 80 points a game apiece, basically.
I was gonna say way lower for a combined score. So
Yeah. Because they also play in a football stadium or
They do-
whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna. Okay, I'll throw it a number. You decide if you want to go higher or lower.
Perfect.
149.
a little lower.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're averaging 75. Like 145 is good for me.
I love it.
45 it is.
I think that's exactly right. That's our team.
So all right.
That's our bracket.
Duke.
The Duke Blue Devils. Congrats.
All right.
Let's see if we win.
Go Duke. So
I guess all these will be revealed soon. Like who has chosen which teams. But
Yeah.
as of now, we've got over 600 brackets. And
Okay.
you've got an hour to get in.
I was gonna say tips
maybe.
in an hour, less
Okay,
than an hour.
yeah.
Man. All right,
Nice.
we did it. All right, I
did
love
it.
it. So
That's
so I guess in terms of Cinderellas, we're Team McNeese.
McNeese and VCU are our big.
VCU is a big one for
are
us
big.
as well.
And I mean, I guess probably not a lot of people are on Texas Tech.
Yeah, we are taking Texas
For-
Tech all the way through to the final.
Yeah, they're just big fans.
Huge fans.
I love the way they shoot it.
All right, let's get to back to the NBA. Let's go to our pick'em tonight. We're not done picking things here, Tash.
Yeah.
One more.
And you see these records, you can trust our basketball picks.
I'm hot right now.
You are. Got a lot of under 500s.
It's true.
The Bucks are visiting the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Have to go with that. The Lakers are a 3.5-point underdog, so they can lose by 3 or less. If you want to pick the Lakers, Bucks are coming off 2 losses, so that's why that made me back the Bucks. The Lakers are on the back-to-back, although it was quite the game against the Denver Nuggets yesterday. They scored 46 in the first quarter. Mr. Luka had 21 in the first quarter, but I'm taking the Bucks, as is Trey. Skeets and Esh riding the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, I got screwed a little bit yesterday. I thought those Nuggets guys were playing. I did.
Yep.
and
Happens
then
to
they
the best. That's the March picks for you.
I see
That's
your
the March picks.
Milwaukee reasoning. Does Doc Rivers calling a players-only meeting with his superstars part of your equation? Apparently, he had a talk with the boys.
Yeah, I was
Giannis and
briefed.
Dean. Yeah. Okay.
briefed
I
on
almost
that.
went Milwaukee for that reason, but I'm going Lakers.
Yeah, I went Bucks on a bounce back factor and also Lakers back-to-back factor.
Yeah,
but
they didn't play.
I
in the fourth
haven't
quarter.
been impressed with the Bucks very much lately. I'll say that.
Good point. Good point. All right, so that's NBA game. We'll probably be talking about it on tomorrow's Drop podcast. Also, big news today, right before we went live, the Boston Celtics have been sold. $6.1 billion. So maybe that's something we can get into on tomorrow's Drop podcast. Maybe we'll talk a little March Madness. Who knows? Join us at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. If you're a Survivor fan, we got new No Buffs coming up later today. JD will be standing for that podcast. What is going on there?
I liked it.
Holy moly.
There you go.
There we
Nice
go.
cleanup.
Yeah. So join us at 1 p.m. Eastern. I might go live a little bit earlier over on No Buff's YouTube page obviously flip it into a podcast so you can download and subscribe to that. Episode 4. Great episode last night. Not for for some of us, but good episode.
No, it's an incredible episode. Great gameplay.
Great gameplay.
Especially
Great
by Jay.
swappage.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good tribe swap. Really
swap,
good tribe
yeah.
swap. So we'll talk
Nice
about
mix.
that in great detail with Trey and JD and Nora and myself here from the Class Factory later today. Until then, Clipper Bro.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want to get in on the pool, if you're with YouTube right now, it's pinned. That thing is pinned. Catch our tweets, and there'll be no doubt about you winning, just like Jeff Probst throwing in that thing in the commercial. Did you see him when he got to the commercial? He threw it in.
How many takes?
No doubt about it. Yeah, that's the
How many
question.
takes did it take?
I buy Jeff.
You think it was
never
a one take wonder?
That
Wow.
was a hard toss.
Yeah. You had to throw it like with some speed.
Yeah, I liked
But
that
low.
little twist to end the thing.
I thought he seemed a little surprised it landed, personally.
Even when he said no doubt about it.
Well, he
Had
said
no
that
doubt.
100 times at
Yeah.
that point. All right, brace the day, people.